Hmm. Yeah. Okay, we are live again, finally. Welcome everyone to our usual stream on Wednesdays for Norfolk development. My name is Alexio, and I can say proudly that I'm no longer an hypocrite in the sense that I finally subscribed to the Patreon. So if you guys wanted to contribute, feel free to do that. If not, that's fine. We still love you. Don't you worry about that. But every penny helps us doing more events. Now it's a bit difficult time, but you know, in the future, hopefully, everyone can just meet themselves outside without any sort of worries. We can all hang out as usual for our usual conventions, organizations, I don't know, talks, panels, all the good stuff. We probably all miss from the old world. See, it seems to be fine. Let's see the chat. Hi Don, hope you're doing alright. Perfect. Now let's see. I have pre-compiled everything. I did not update the cards yet, although my name should be there. That is my right as a paid guy, or a paid patron. Not yet, unfortunately, but that's fine. Today has been a bit of a rush, and therefore I didn't ask Alex for the new and updated and improved, dare I say, card. But everything seems to be fine. Connection is good. No, it's my fault, Alex. Man, it's been a hell of a week. I finally can have some time to relax by doing software. So let me change into the desktop. Ooh, a bit of dark. All the checks, and I still forgot about that. But I can promise you that one thing is that although my MacGyver lines are in place, I have the new ones, which didn't come with any screws. So therefore, it's still a project pending to do, but it will be done probably next week. So by the next week, I'll have proper streamer curtains. Right, so where were we last night? Yeah, sure. Last time we did manage to implement the deletion button, which let's test it out. Let's not just assume, let's just be sure. Let me just relaunch this. Let me just confirm that the sound is okay, because as you know, Ubuntu has this thing that just likes to kill my microphone from time to time. Not the best image, I guess, for open source. Right, so if I went and create, say, test called A, one, A, why not A? Submit it. And now let's say test goal B. Right, now I have 3 goals. And since I didn't specify, I would go for the generic icon. Let's test that one. It's a career. One doing test. Goal C, I guess. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to say, I'm going to delete this one. We still need to work on updating this view, but I go back There we go. It's updated. Now let's delete B. And B is gone. So, success. Last stream, yeah, it took a while just to go to the deletion part. Normally, as I must say, I would just save things, not delete things. So it was a good experience to have. Now, we do have a lot of things that need some kind of tweaks or refactoring. So, like this one. Alex did see a way to make this one better. I do need to check it later, but what I plan to do is do a bit of reorganization of both the code and also the GitHub. So during this week, which I do have more time finally, I'm planning to go and actually put this in proper fashion for software projects, such as having issues, or at least more issues, having probably a project. So right now, as we have this, we don't have any sort of thing going on here, but if I can just build a basic one that you guys can just go along with it and just understand what's going on whatnot. And during the week, well, no one is watching, doing a bit of an naughty thing, which is refactoring codes, making it a bit better. And actually, I need to hammer down tests because, I mean, it's 2021. It's unadmissible to have a software project that doesn't have any sort of testing, other than their users just testing things out. Okay, so we are ready to do fun things, right? I mean, it's Wednesday, middle of the week. Let's work on things that we'd like to do. Right now, I'd say that the priority is not to have an edit button, but rather once I delete things, it just updates the screen. Now, let's see how to do that. I think I've seen it with a hook or a React Native hook. Let me see, React Native hook. Update screen. I wonder if force update. Right. This is use effect, which could be used. Let's see. What was use effect? Was it when the screen was focused? I mean, there's so many of them. Sometimes I know I need a hook, but I have no idea which one I needed. Form side effects. In side effects doesn't sound. Sounds like you take something and there's unfortunate consequences of that. Okay, so once it's component is mount and component data updates. Okay, those two I know. Those are the old good days of classes on React Native. But since then, I've moved into functional components. Therefore, we're using hooks for everything. Okay. So we do want component did update. Let me look at where do I call the delete data from. So where is that? It's on the calls. Here we go. On goal delete. Right. So what can we do? Actually, this might sound a bit weird, but we can actually do a hook for this. Not that we need to, but by doing so, he might update it without me needing to do anything weird to it. So onClick is doing that count, which is his states. Okay. This one is just looking into this. Okay. So why don't I use just use effect to see? Okay, I have a use callback. So why not? Why don't I use callback? Do I use focus effects? Let me just use callback. So to use callback, I need to wrap this inside of an argument and do a comma and an empty and what it is complaining about. Expected 2 arguments, but got 1. There's 1. Oh. Forgot to... I did this wrong. I need to do this. But here. Places here. There we go. Me being an idiot. I do need to spend more time doing this. Because I forgot completely to add some music to the stream. But next time. I finally have more time after work. Cannot find variable use effect. Use effect is... Did I change this? I don't recall doing this. There we go. Can perform... Jesus, what the hell is going on here? Why don't you have the space to show it? Come on. Come on, little one. Can perform a React state update on an unmounted component. This is a non-op, but this indicates memory leak on your application. What the hell? Minimize. Let's just reload this. Might be React just being silly. Right. Back again to it. Let's say that I'm going to do... let's delete this. Sounds like a good name. We had the... now, if I do this... Doesn't update yet. Okay. Things I can do. Call this saying this is one argument. And by using this, it'll trigger it. Right? And at this point, I'm just using my creativity. Holy damn. I just deleted one. Where is... That was a weird bug. Let me just do this. It was a really weird bug. Right. So goals for the stream will be probably having this screen updating. The edit screen, which I'll probably reuse the add screen. So we'll just refactor it into actually being the same screen. And once we've done all our basics, we're going to start working on the more interesting stuff, such as dates. There will be probably some painful reworkings that we need to do, because everything that involves dates, time, subtractions of dates, checking dates, meeting things on dates, it will take... Experience says that there's always problems, and especially if we move from just being, you know, in good old Britain, but also internationally. Because then you need to work with local times. And wait. So let's see. Delete this. Let's go. Let's add it. There's this. And now to delete it. Not yet. Okay, so updating like this does not go anywhere, which is fine. Let me try to... Can I use this? This one? I probably can't do it like this, but just to make sure, remove this. Here we go. Wait, where is it on? Oh, it's here. It's fine. What I'll do is use focus effect, wrap everything. I mean everything inside of... Let's go back to memorize. Yes. The only changes if one of the inputs has changed. Right. Oh, I know what to do this one. Back. Perfect. And now what I need to do is, as it says, one of the inputs has changed. So what I can do is actually return something. right? And then return, let's say true. Let me test it out. Let me experiment with this. Although true is a bit almost in a way that when the ID says that the code can be reached. Let's hope that that's not true. So did you reload? You did. Just too quick for me. Right. Let's go again. Didn't change anything. Because it is not expecting. Actually, let me. Actually, let me do this. Yeah, because now what I can do is it'll be constant. There's result. And what I can do with this value then is inform the user that the operation was successful. So what I'll probably do is having a sort of system will pipe down here. So the goal would be having a sort of toast or a snack bar, just informing the user for X amount of times. And you'll just call that function saying, right, show the user, show it like message, right, saying successfully deleted. Okay. And this. See if that would work. So now I have a value. I can do a state called message. Is it the state? Maybe not. Maybe that's not the best idea. There we go. It still will not do a thing. Right. If I try to delete it again, it will not give me any errors. It's funny. Okay. No problem. So, what can I do? It's really weird because this one is actually being updated, but sure. One of the inputs has changed. Full ID is still the same. This result will be, let's see, on delete success. This one would be this one. States informed. Right now, show completion confirmation. Yeah. It did. Goal confirmation. Okay, got it. So constant equals to an arrow function. That will do what? It will do essentially, we'll just inform the user. So let's put it as state. It needs to be a state because then we'll need to update the app, and the app will be like, right, this state has changed, now exists, and it's a message. And so it will be something the lines of those. Let's do this with hooks. Normally I'll just do like this, right? So it would be just a call. This call will be like very specific kind of call. Like on the successful would be, I don't know, like show toast, right? And there's a specific variable like message would be something successfully. It's be more like goal completion successful. Something along those lines. So in order to build this, But to actually organize code, we need to delegate this function into this right here. So let me then try to hook up this into this component. So on toast, toast message, and usual set toast message. Right. So what we'll do is, if there's a toast message, right, we need to verify on the front end that, oh, I have a message. I'll show the message and I'll clean the message afterwards. So then it will show for X amount of times, like those. And then once it's completed, we just set the message to basically delete it. Okay, so here on the state, what would be the state? To be honest about it. String? Oh, I don't need to say string, but right. Let me say then message, no, set to message. That'll be this one. Designing as we go. Right. I don't need to do anything else right now, because here would be I'm not completely happy with this implementation, but for now, I guess we can start with this and then refactor as we go, refactor the whole thing. Now, obviously, yep, it doesn't exist, but here. Find. I need to find it right here. This one should be better organized. Data. Easier to follow if it is just the same. Item, and now this one. Type string. Right. Right. Perfect. So once it's changed, I just need something in the lines of be here, it will be listening to the props. So toast React native. I think it's yep, it's a package. It doesn't come by native, well, native React native. It's not native for React to actually have those kind of things. This one doesn't look too bad. Animated toast message component for React Native. Okay. I'm not really a fan of this like this, but that's because I'm used to Android just coming from the bottom. But it's fine. Let me see. First of all, 2 months ago. Good. Excuse me. Let's take a look at GitHub, because the project, if it is stale, it might just kill 12 days, 11 days, 3 months, 6 months. Now it's fairly updated. Let's see, 2 branches. Okay. 21 issues. Bug. I mean, not that many bugs. Okay. Not solid. Let's use this one. But, I mean, it's not standard, but when I say standard, it's not like the native actual toast. But I mean, at some point, we might need to do some sort of compromising. And this is the kind of compromising that I'm doing right now. That this one at least will work for both iOS and Android. So let me then grab this. And here, npmi. React Native toast message. Right. Still, as the data is, right, if you save it, reload it, we still should be able to see that update, right? The whole point was also to, right, there's a change of state. We can infer here. Let's see if that will work. Okay, not test. Still not working. Damn it. Oh, it's right. No problem. We did install right now that library, but first we need to fix. Really need to fix this. So let me just go one step back. Yep. Just ignore whatever you have done right now. I know. Not the best approach. React Native, how to update screen after async storage delete. Oh, and have to. It's slow. Why are you so slow? Okay, way better now. My console. Point. Render. Pretty fine on every render. If so, that'll get set in Refactoring. He has no way of knowing that it's changed. Thus, it will not re-render. And if it does re-render, some entirely different reason, it will not re-render. Well, new variable. Okay, let me then function. There's is loading. There's credentials. We can use is loading. Yes, we can. Actually, why are we not using is loading here? Because if you do this, yeah, why not using the is loading? That's really silly. Yo, there was a slightly loading here. Let me use that. No, this one is still fine. This one, let me. I need this. There we go. Add loading and confirmation. Yes. So let me put loading false. Which doesn't exist yet. And just delete this for a minute. And copy this and say instead of this one, putting things in perspective. We actually just need to work on this one first. I don't want to abandon this. Loading. Search. False. And here would be false. Maybe true. Oh. Boolean. Type is type true. Like blockchain true. Right. Oh, sorry guys. Return data. Data. Right. Once he comes back to the screen, it will do this, which makes sense. And I can do also there's this one. Go here and wait. Kind of wonder if I do this, will it hold? Now I know it's not doing anything at the moment, but just by doing this, will it re-render? That's true. Alright, so their state's being changed. State. Ah, is it loading now? That wasn't loading now. Oh god, I mean the state is not really because it's coming here to focus. Right. Hmm. Well, I can do this, to be honest. Why would I not do this? Right. Instead of this one then. Okay. Right. So check return data. I know. Okay. If I do delete this now. Well, data is different. Why are you not updating? Check data would be turning the new array, setting the new data, and data should be different. Because right now, I've just deleted store data away. Right. No, this is weird now. Because if you update your screen, the moment I check for data, it would make sense for also check the data again. What do I know? Still updating. Let's hope this will work. Jesus. SD. Still not working. It's really not updating. Right, use focus effect. You'll still call this focus effect would be once the screen is focused, run it once of the use callback. Might be that it needs all of this, not just this. It has a use callback. What if I do this? And this one will still be the same. Right? Okay, sorry. Now, every time this variable changes, right? One of the inputs has changed. I mean, set data will change this. As far as I can understand. English. Okay, let's see. Just in case, just I want this to be as fair as I can. Oh. Jesus, at the end of the day, just trying to figure out why the hell is not collaborating. I just wish that most of code would be just laying bricks. Just put a piece of code, it works. A piece of code, it works. Sometimes it'll be like, right, this thing is breaking for any sort of reason that you need to figure out. And it seems to be multiple things. And yep. There we go. It's working. Yay! Good one. I mean, it's not that we shouldn't be expecting that, but you know, small victories. And there we go. Oh god, yeah. This check data will now check for the update of the variable that holding data. Sorry, not actually check return data, but actually the UseCallback function. Right, this one is called once the screen is focused. This is also called once it's deleted, but it will be just a callback, not the use focus. So this will use focus effect will just be run once, so it will not be on a cycle. That will not be fun. There we go. Still working. Still working. Oh god, yeah. Let me just. This one can say number 11. Refactor top order. Right, and this one is the one that matters. This is here. Hold on. And there we go. Just 2 lines. We can get those later. Right now, I'm more concerned in actual functionalities. We can polish this a bit more in the future. This one would be update screen after deletion. Deletion? Delete. What about the terms? Like the passive, no, the active verb for this. This one is done. Yeah, can do this in the future. Right now, can clean this up a bit. Say remove unused comments. Script dates. Yeah. Cool. Let me just take a look then at. Let me close all of this. And 11. Delete goals. Which is exactly what we just did. And it's done. Nice. So, pull request. Could have sworn, Alex, that you said that you did a pull request with the changes, like for the findings, like if you wanted to find that particular ID on the stored goals, you had like a different approach than mine. I could have sworn you said that, but it might just be me. Me just seeing things after work. Doing wishful thinking. Right, create a pull request, although the name is wrong. Again, usually the name should be the name of the issue. Make it easier to find, although it's not a written rule. That's kind of a good thing to check. So let's review our work so far. We have we removed this deletion, like this null, and replace it with an empty array, so that we can see if there was any data. I'm not actually checking for nulls. Just let's avoid using nulls. We've added the deletion. Works fine. This one was the one I was talking about, Alex. Probably have a better way to do this, but let's just put a pin for a minute. Come back later. We also replaced the way to add IDs to our goals. Let me just check this, because if you check it, it makes it easier to know where we are. And also, it just scrolls up. Deletion. Here's the things that we just changed today. Delete item, it's fine. Just drank some coffee and I'm still a bit tired. So I just changed the order here. Add a touchable opacity so that I can do a click. Basically on this button. There we go. Just delete it. Oh, why do I? So how do I change this? Really? Oh, I just hate this. Oh, it disappeared. Right. Problem solved again. I changed order of this. I added to the right the icon and functionality to delete. And also the running here. Now, because this object is not just, it always exists. Therefore, we cannot just check if it is just exists. If the len is bigger than 0, then renders data. Otherwise, just does not render anything. Simple enough. I agree. Okay. Let's approve this. Still merging. This is taking a while. Taking a little bit. Wait, what? Did we just had live a bug on GitHub? Oh. That's weird. Okay. Let's solve that conflicts now. First of all, just making sure that we are up to date. Next thing would be pull. Actually, that's not pull. Fetch. Oh. Okay. So now we go back to 11. And now if I do merge, oops, wrong button. Merge branch from okay. There's one still missing. Might have been some synchronization things. Right, if there is synchronization, then I just need to come here and say, I don't know. This is 12. Oh, no, actually it's 11. How is this? Wait a minute, why is it already merged and closed? Is it just me? I have no idea. I mean, it might just be me, but I could have sworn I've seen a lot of problems out of nowhere, and now it's just, you know. And there's a whole different. So just to do a little break so you guys can understand why I didn't say anything. There's a lot of things on chat, or is it just me? Yeah, there was a message on my tablet that was not showing on my phone. So right now, Dawn just said something on the chat, and I haven't seen it yet. Because apparently it didn't say anything, didn't pop up, or it didn't say anything on my phone. Sorry, Dawn. I'm good. Good arguments with drivers in Windows. Oh, I do not envy you. I had some problems today. Oops. running some projects that run just fine in Linux, Node projects that on Windows sometimes will just run, other times will just say, I don't know what Node is, even though I have it installed. It's always fun, and my solution for this is usually in the lines of, let's just build a Docker container. I mean, those would just avoid all the problems that I'm facing right now. Obviously, it's not the perfect solution, but it's a damn good one. Right, success. Let's then do a finish. Okay. Making sure everything's all right. And now here, where is the, yep. I know this exists. It's right here. Hell? Let me. Right, there's a tree, there's a feature, there's 11. This doesn't exist. What? Maybe it's the tree slash feature slash 11. Well, it does say it doesn't exist, although, well, it does exist. GitHub is just even more tired than I am. Jesus. There we go, and now it's linked. It'd be useful if we need to roll back. Okay, so now I need to go back and actually expand features. We have this as a tracking kind of goal. Let's not delete this. Let's just say we've done this. Add complete and edit to goals. Right. I think we're missing then something important. Even before we do the edit, let's just say that we can just leave by with deletion. Let's do what normally a tracking list or a checklist would do, which has a completing feature. Completing, like a complete check. So, what would be the goal? The goal would be we are going to add one extra item to our test, goal 1. This is the category. The goal is, right, here, for the icon, let's add a checkbox that we can tick it out and say, right, this one is completed. Nice. So, to do that, what do we need to do? Well, we just need to, first of all, go to our friend goals. Let's delete this. And why did I delete it? Well, the reason is I need to change. Why is it like any? Doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't be any, should be a goal. Right? That's my name goal. Port name goal. There we go. Okay. Small fix. Apart, we need to go and actually say, right, where is my model? It's cool. And we need to add a new variable. This is done. It's achieved, is completed. Boolean. Okay, perfect. This will be important, right? I mean, we have to check our goals. Not just a to-do list, it's an actual completed goal list. Right, so now, let me see. Now that we have all this extra component here. Component, no, this extra fields. Right, property probably is the word I'm looking for. I need to add this to, not this part is fine. what I need to do is on add goal. No, actually, no. Not on add goal that I need. I need to do here on goals. So let's work on first showing and then we'll work on the logic. So on goal screen, we're going to add a new thing. Oh, there's the cable touching my feet. Test goal A. Nope. Right, we just want to show the icon here. Let's say that I want to do React Native paper, and I need to see how to do a check button. Or a toggle button. Toggle no. Check button. There's toggles. Checkbox. There we go. Oh, a nice color. These ones are beautiful. iOS enabled. Oh, iOS disabled. Android enabled. Android disabled. Okay, I do love this, but you know, it is unfortunate that we cannot have the same ones, but I get it. Every system has its own thing. So let me copy this. If I put this here, will you work without any sort of too much changes? Okay. And it makes sense. Now what I need to do is item dot. Well, it doesn't know what type of item is, to be honest. Is of type goal. Right? Now it's complaining because we didn't specify the type of like this. So we need to say, right, goal, goal array. Like this? No. Is it goal or goals? Goal. Yep. That's the type. Why are you complaining? When item. Yep, goal. Or null or undefined. No overload match this call. Overload 1. JSX element is not assignable to type a list random item goal. What have I done differently? Oh, I know what. Be like this. Let's do this. So here was any. There we go. Thing is, something like this. Not finding many. I know we need to do like a weird way for TypeScript. Unfortunately, I'll just check that in a second. But right now, it's done. Let's focus first on what matters. We'll just carry about the little things in a minute. Right now, put it back. And obviously this doesn't exist, but ooh, obviously there's an error because we didn't have get logic to it. But let's say, oh, it's not centered, right? It's just to the top. Okay, no problem. We'll take care of that just in a second. Right now, if it is on press, would not do jack shit. Right. There we go. Oh, okay. Does he have a status? Oh, I know why. Yep. Because the status will be the same, therefore it's just just there. But the color seems to be the same as the primary, which is good. So what do I need? I need just an item ID. So will be props. But on item change done. Then I need an ID. So item ID. And obviously this does not exist. I need to create an issue for this. I'll do that in a second. Well, this would be function. It will return absolutely nothing. It will also be ID. So on item change done. Right, because props will be here. Right. Now this one does not exist. Right now, it's not complaining, which is a miracle. So far, so good. And yep, everything's still fine. Everything's still not in flames, as we normally have things around this time. Let's try to finish the stream on time today. So we can all go outside. It's still light, so yeah. Still go outside, stretch our legs, breathe a bit of fresh air, hopefully with not too many people around. And now I want this one. One will be what? It will be similar, not exactly, but very similar. So on goal, check. Now to do operations on similar to this, but it will be on goal check. Check. This will be what? It will be change this. Check. Let's say update. Goal check. Right, and how to do this? Well, we can do this in multiple ways, right? We have objects. We can say, right, save this new datum, right? We are dangerously close to having a lot of functions not related to one another, by name at least. This will be chunks of data, not actual just individual values. Well, now we might need to do something that basically operates a bit more granularly here. So, but it's fine. Let's do like an unusual export. And that will be update goal check. Will be what? An async function. Arrow function. I mean, it's the same. Just a good template, isn't it? Oh, actually, the equal should be here. And now I can do the usual try catch. I mean, sure, I just copy this from the beginning. Okay, and now what? Let's remove all this. We don't need it. And let's say update the current item. No, goal. Check date. So let's get data. Let's get the actual item. So instead of deletion, right? Index to update. All right, hopefully you'll find it. Otherwise, just ignore it. Actually, really close. All right, and now what we're going to do is not splice. Push enough. We're going to say, right, I have this one here. So let's say our go array on the position 1 on the position next to update. Dot. It's done. Actually, the opposite was. And now we're just going to say, right, update this. Huh, I think this is it. I mean, we need to change this, but update the current check value to the opposite. And I should take this opportunity to remind you guys that tomorrow there's a talk. Let me get this really quickly before we continue. Not dev talks. I believe it's a talk. At least the actual name might be different. So meetup. Let me see. Let me get you guys on. There we go. Our official page, Norfolk developers. That's us. And there's a lot of people, as you can see. Jesus, there's a lot of people. And the next one will be tomorrow, which is practical tips and tricks for CI/CD. Success. I'm going, obviously. I do want to understand a bit better, and I'm currently in the middle of implementing something like this, so it will be quite useful to actually get tips and trips for someone. Tips and tricks. There we go. From someone that actually understands a thing or two. Besides some article from a shady guy on the internet, I think it will be quite alright for me. And if you guys are interested in the same, just, just come here. There's virtually every seat possible because it's virtual one. But basically it will be, Zoom call. That will be interesting. I have never tried Zoom before, especially on my Linux machine. So we'll see about that. There's the introduction, obviously. Speaker slot, Q&A, close. Okay, thought it would be a bit more. But yeah, basically CI/CD, DevOps, and software quality. Perfect. Right now, if you want, Alex will probably drop this into either the comments on both our social networks or the YouTube video, so you guys can subscribe to. Right. See you there, Alexio. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully I'll not break a leg at home or something. Oh god, I do need to understand a bit more of pipelines on CI. Right, so back to our codes. We need still to test all of this. I do need to change here error on update. Go check. We can know which error is just bothering us. Keep in mind that we can also hide all of these messages, if I'm not mistaken, because it's TypeScript, and say, right, everything you're logging to on final version, on the release version, just do not do that. And therefore, there will never be any errors. Let's say if someone just plugs in their phone with my app running and seeing all the debug logs, because you might have some sensitive information here that you don't want people to know. Right. Let's see if this works then. Click. And click. There we go. Errors. One item change done is not a function. Okay. In props.onChange. Okay, something was not correctly updated. There we go. Bit slow. I mean, I'm assuming this is a bit slow just because of it's on the emulator. But just to test, because I don't want, oh, sorry guys, I didn't see that, but I was just updating this, because I can see my own webcam. I was updating this in like almost, you know, blocking with my big hand. But let's see if I do. And again, just if I do, it's taking a while, so you guys can understand. Click. Is it? I mean, it's just updating the whole chunk of data. It's not just a little bit, unfortunately. That would be something that probably SQLite would help. But let's try it out with an actual device. Because I need to see just... actually, we will not be able to see it. Just, it will be, the performance will be a bit better. Okay, for now it's fine. We can update it in the future. Now, the problem that I'm describing here is that although React Native is quite good in terms of rendering and showing real time, and you can actually go and see it instead of compiling everything, there's one problem, which is for performance reasons. Sometimes the emulator would be, not the emulator, but the actual app will be a bit slow. So in order to see it in full performance, even on lists, right now it's a simple list, so we're not seeing any sort of performance drops, but it will happen that because of the hold of tools and whatnot, it's a bit slow on development modes, but on release, it'll have more performance. Now, can I test this? I should probably just make sure. I don't want to. So let's see how to do that, right? Because it's been a while. Let me see how to do that. Let's go and see. Right. How to release React Native app. I did want to put some sort of green background once the task was complete, but for now, let's just wait a minute. Not really this one, but we can use this. Because the principle would be the same. So this is all the things you need to do in order to publish on the Google Play Store. For iOS, obviously, you'll just have your own set of headaches. I mean, it looks complicated, but it's fine. No, I just need to do this one. I believe I don't need to do any sort of kings because I'm not really signing this. I'm just doing a release. Let's see if it just agrees with me. So I'm doing this on Android, and these are instructions for Android. If you need iOS, just go here. Although I guarantee that Apple will be way stricter than Google. Whatever that would be a good thing or not. And now we need to do the /gradlew bundle release. Oh no, let's hope. Because the thing is, right, it should still run on the emulator, but it will be with way more performance. So it should be quicker than this. Because the emulator itself, I mean, sure, I'm running this on my laptop, but it shouldn't be. Come on. Slow? I mean, I was saying slow, but it's just, it's struggling a bit. It's not really 60 frames, is it? Now, actually, the frames will just drop. The microphone is still working? Yes. Because now the thing is that this is doing a very heavy compilation here. Let me see sound. And now it's the time that we watch paint drying. Just keep an eye on the microphone, just because this is like same as almost launching the emulator. Let me just check my frames per second. 90, no, 42. Could have been worse. Could have been way worse. But yeah, my laptop is in need of a... Oof. I just dropped. Nice. And I'm back. I seem to be back, although I'm not quite sure at this point. There we go. Did I lose anything? I think so. There we go. I'm live again. I'm still compiling. I'm just skipping this, just make sure that my stream does not drop too much. Am I solid? Yeah, I'm not changing. Damn. Oh Lord. What's happening here? Okay. Now. Okay. Image just froze. Oh, good. Yeah, it's still. Oh, it's back. Yay. Hope you guys can see me. But yeah, my laptop is just struggling. Let me just inform. Sorry, guys. The laptop is struggling. Compile the release. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's just a problem of... Yep. Kinda. Oh god, it's really slow. Come on, little one. You can do it. Jesus. Oh, it still will take a while. There we go. Build successful. Now, it should go back to normal. 33 frames. Sorry guys, forgot to take out sound. 51. Come on. Wait, now it's way better. Image just froze. Jesus. Come on. Really? Okay. Is it good now? Be good. Come on. Oh, okay. Can still hear you. Okay, because right now I'm looking at feed that is just horrible. I do need a better machine. Perfect. So now we have the release. As you can see, this is not really something a bit light on any CPU. This is basically just very single core kind of heavy duty. Okay, so let me see then. Where is that file? That file is here. No. I kind of know it by heart. Let me see. Android. Close this. Okay, perfect. That will be app, it will be build, it will be outputs, it will be APK. No, it will be bundle. I think it's this one. Nope. I want to find folder. No, open containing folder. Right. This was created on 14th of April. Not what I wanted. Because the problem is that this build that he's talking about. What if I... There we go. Bundles. This. Oh, AAB. No, that's not what we want. Builds. Generated. Always hard to know. Right. How do you never dropped? The video may have dropped the second. Okay, then it's better because Jesus Christ. I mean, on my side, my feed would just drop like it was in real time. It was just dropping every single frame and it was hanging a bit. Oh, okay. This is exactly what I wanted. Damn it. So let's go through hell again because I could not bother to read the next sentence. So right now we're drawing then the variant release, which should be perform enhanced, but obviously would probably kill my laptop again. So let's see how that goes. Let me crank up the... Ooh. bit more cooling to my laptop just in case. So what seems to be the problem? Let's see. No such file node modules. What? Oh, I know why. There we go. I'm dumb as a brick, apparently. Could have done just going back, but nope. Okay. For round 2. Let's fingers crossed. Right, and now let the frames drop. And yep, and now we just play the waiting game, which should be fairly quicker than the actual release version, but just in case, it might take a minute or two, just the same, unfortunately. And I'm expecting frames to start dropping soon, but so far, he's handling like a champion. Right. Okay. And I think we're going to end up today in time, and we've done a couple of things that I wanted to do for a while. Although, I mean, just 2 hours is too little, unless I just had everything prepared. Just it is complete. In a way, yes. Although we need to have it a bit better. Yep, start dropping. Oh, it's 55, 38 frames per second, 33. It's almost. You need to buy a new replacement, maybe the Mac A1. I was kind of expecting Apple to announce a successor to the chip, but doesn't seem to be yet the time. Maybe on September or something. I believe on September normally it's also one of the times that Apple does releases. So we'll see. Oh, it's done. So let's see, performance-wise. Are you a bit better? I feel a bit more responsive. Animation-wise, you seem okay. Yep. I mean, tiny bit slow. It's fine. I do this. Yep. Weird stack, but sure. I believe this one is pre-compiled now, because I didn't want it to close it. Hopefully it will not do the whole compilation thing again. Yep. There we go. Install release. Oh, thank God. Thank God this is a bit efficient. Right. Let's do a little test, shall we? Bit better. And I think it's fairly faster. Okay. Now, as you can see, animations are consistently faster than they were before, which is a good thing. It's a good signal. It's a sign that basically it's not my fault that was so low, because I was kind of fearful a bit, because we are constantly taking that chunk of data, changing one value, changing that back to the chunk of data, and then starting that chunk of data again. It's not like individually updating things, which we might need to do in the future if we want to have individuals just for the sake of performance, right? But that would be a different job, a job that would need to refactor things, and we don't have the time right now. Maybe in the future. But yeah, right now I'm quite satisfied with the results, and I forgot to do an issue. So in the remaining time, let's go and do our usual issues. So this one will be implement, check, feature, yep, suppose goals, check, property, on the goal model. We've done this. Show. Wanted to write show, and that's just type how. Jesus. Show the check state in the call component. Change the check state on click, touch, press, unpress. Oh, it's very confusing on Android or on mobile devices. It's not a click, is it? But like my first instinct is just to say, yes, I'm going to click on the screen. Okay, so we have to check. What goals do we actually need? Oh, this is not a goal. Now this is a goal. Right. How did it? Oh, I forgot this. Phew. Perfect. So we have done this. Now I would argue that for the sake of completion, we're going to do one thing, which is change the background, because it's very difficult. I would just expect probably to put some lines here, which is just a simple property we can add. At the same time, with lines, it's a bit weird for some reason. So let me try to do really quickly. Before, I mean, 6 minutes. As you might know, 6 minute mark is the worst time possible to start doing a little change. Let's avoid that. Let's say that we, here. Right, so let me do that, change round color completed tasks. Because although the check is important, it's quite difficult to have visual idea, or it's more difficult to have a visual idea of the ones that are checked or not. So if you can do something in the lines of actually showing a whole row just with a certain color, let's say green, for instance, it'll make our lives a bit easier. Right, so yeah, let's implement number 13. And first of all, feature start, number 13. All right, so let's see. Is on property. And let's go by faces. 13. And is on property. Oh, Jesus, property. Okay. Now, wait, I have implement also though. Implement update. Go check. We also have this one will be as a combo, right? So it will be set and date. Check button. Implement, maybe implement the writing, naming variables and writing commits is just the highlight of the day. It should be like the first thing in the morning, or you still have some fresh ideas. So it'd be like, this will be more in the lines of, I don't know, implement the done feature. That's horrible, but it'll work. Right, guys, and with this fully successful operation, cool. We are done for today, just with 2 minutes to spare. We've done it, guys. Let me just change to the usual window to remind you guys. Not only to remind you, but first of all, thank you for tuning in today again for another episode. Thank you for the opportunity, obviously, for being here and also building live this app. It has been a good fun, to be honest. I know sometimes I'll be a bit tired, but it's still good just to go to the end of the day and building something that we love. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe to the video. Very important, not necessarily for me, but for the NordDev community. If you'd like to contribute, I mean, there's also on the screen the Patreon. So feel free if you need or if you feel the need to contribute to do so. If not, we can be still be friends. That's fine. And do not forget that tomorrow we'll have then the talk. I believe it's talk. Might have a different name for it, but we'll have the talk of the CI/CD. So Alex will do the usual publications on the social medias and on this video, hopefully. And you guys be informed, and you can subscribe still to it. I believe it's still open. So yeah, feel free to come along because it's free and online, so there's no excuses besides time. Right, so thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Bye.